Hello, Nanina. Here is your sewer scope from today's inspection. That's me in the basement bedroom, just kind of pointing things out, letting you know that I'm actually in the bedroom. There's a floor clean out. That was the access point. There is a main sewer stack, but it's tucked up into the little utility closet area that's really not accessible. A little bit of growth right there in the beginning stages of the pipe. This is cast iron. We don't stay in this for very long. I took a pause here just to turn some water on. Obviously, the camera lens got mucked over, so I'm going to turn on a little water and just try to wash it off. It'll work, and we'll get a better picture here in just a moment. So typically in our area, the initial stages of the pipe underneath the house are cast iron. My assumption is that they do that for strength. So typically once you get to the other side of the foundation wall, you drop into a pipe like this, which is, I believe, to be fortified concrete. So it's a concrete pipe. There are some root growths or some root intrusion coming in on some of the connection points. It's just a couple of them. It's not typical in this pipe because you see that black ring right there. That's a gasket, a rubber gasket or hub connection. That would, if there's a tight enough fit, that would keep any roots from growing in. Roots are invasive, but they tend to follow the path of least resistance, so they're not gonna bust through steel. This is a repair section, so right at about 30 feet, they've cut in a length of PVC pipe, and that PVC goes on for probably about 13 feet, 12 or 13 feet, before it switches back to concrete. So at some point there was damage in the line, and they fixed it, which is a positive. One less section for you to have to worry about. I'm turning the water off at this point because we're holding a little bit of water in this section. Most likely what happened was over time this section settled a little bit, so there's a low spot or a belly in the pipe, and it's holding a little bit of water. Not much, but enough to be annoying. So back into concrete. Right here we switch to clay. You see the roots, and I can't get past this section. I stay in here for a little bit. That right there in the center of the screen might be the lip of the adjoining pipe. I don't know if there's separation. I don't know if there's damage. I don't know if what's keeping me is what would be called an offset, right, where the pipes don't quite align properly. So there's a lip that you can't get past. I don't know if it's roots that's the problem. There obviously are roots there. So my recommendation in the written report is let's clear out the roots and see what we're dealing with. Because right now, we don't have visibility on what's going on. And at 53 feet, we probably still have a decent amount out to the city connection. It could be 20 feet, it could be 30, 40. I don't think it'll be more than that, knowing the proximity of the house to the street. But we still want to see the entire length of the pipe, see if there are any issues or any concerns, any other potential damage areas. So read through the written report, look at my recommendations, and then reach back out to me if you have any questions. But this does need some attention, and it's not something that we want to just let go, just for the simple fact that sewer line repair can be wildly expensive. So we want to just make sure that it's something that's correctable, nothing that's way out of the ordinary, or something that would cost, multiple thousands of dollars to fix. So you're welcome to watch the return journey if you want. I'm keeping the camera rolling. Like I said, reach out to me with any questions. I'm always happy to be a resource if I can.